Alrighty. Good morning, afternoon. What day is it? What is going on in Ashes? Async loading is going on in Ashes right now. Man, it is taking a while to get going here. What the heck is going on? Guess in the meantime... I am in need of a lot of things. Easy. Easy. Surprised that that sold. Surprised that that sold. Alright, cool. That's an easy way to make gold. Bing, 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 bing. Check my inventory. Inventory is clean. We ball. Taxes are paid. The fishermen are crushing. Let's just go desert. Let's just start in the desert today. Winter starts in 5 hours. Hooray. This new update already. First in the channel, first in our hearts. How do you have ads? How do you not have a sub? What? What the fuck? Wrecked. Oh, get wrecked. Now it officially says first next to your name. Now you never have to claim it. You're always first. What's up, Mian? Just trying to get through this morning. Both relics bugged. What the fuck, really? Yeah, sounds about right, though. Till 4 a.m. My goodness. I was up at 4 a.m. I need a faster mount, man. I just need to get a mount, or get a lion. How poor am I? I'm poor. Doesn't show up? Huh. That's funky. Speaking of not showing up. No day striders, man. Ugh. Yeah, too many people are out here farming them now. Please don't. Don't want to do this. GM leatherworking upgrade started. Oh, just now, huh? Lumberjacking, tanning? Oof. It's gonna be tough. Buy out Gremskins? Oh, that makes sense. I forget where... It was here, wasn't it? Getting the runners from Briars. Y'all are seeing what I'm seeing too, right? Day starter. Hey, one wood is, I mean, it's one more epic wood chip, so. What's up, Damon? Just gonna check day striders. They're probably not gonna be up, but it's worth a look, I guess. Going back to work. Hey, hey, have fun. Yeah, that's probably the guy who was farming him earlier. Carf? I'll do Carf, yeah. Yeah, I figured. So that pretty much puts all these on. See ya. How and where y'all putting that on y'all server? I believe GM Leatherworking's going up in Mira. We have so many T4s and T3s. We have way more. We have way more crafting stations available than we should, quite frankly. Hey, what's up, Sahino? People with their Thornstride stuff, their Slagbreaker stuff. I'm so far behind. At least I feel so far behind. I know I'm not, like, not really behind. It just feels that way. How's the progress on the gear mats? It's basically the exact same spot I was in the last time I was online. I haven't hit anything useful, quite frankly. I have the majority of what I need for the slate molds. I'm still not there on day striders. I have one legendary lithium, so we're not like terrible there. Emblems, I have 17, so I have enough for my bracers. Haven't really been farming. I've kind of switched gears a little bit. I'm gonna go for a bow upgrade if I can get really lucky. Because I think going for a Thorn Strike, or not a Thorn Strike, but a, going for double Dreadwake weapons is, I just don't think I'll ever get there. Probably gonna make a Nightreaver bow. It's something I kind of overlooked because I kind of looked straight for the eye level 29 bows. Didn't really take a look at all the stuff that's available. Warhorn. The Warhorns are the problem here. I want to get to those Joshua trees, but... Need a flyover. Yeah, I think the Nightreaver eye level 26 bow, it's pretty good. I should be able to kill a Berserker without a problem. As long as I don't get a bunch of misses. Okay, so I interrupted him, but it didn't freeze him. That was interesting. Alright, I'm just gonna cheese him. Alright, man. That was just ridiculous. Dreadwake Mace, I'm vibe with. Steady draw for a while. Yeah, I'm gonna just rock the Mirageborn Mace for a really long time, and then I'm gonna upgrade to the Nightreaver. If one of these things sees me, I'm probably gonna die. Upgrade to the Nightreaver. I think that'll give me like the power roll that I'm really looking for. And then I'm gonna kind of focus armor after that, because weapons and jewelry just have such a massive, like a way bigger effect on your stats than armor does. This is fine. Too risky. It's kind of crazy. I kind of, like I said, I've kind of had a slow start comparatively to what I normally would have liked on this server. Which is fine, but it's just kind of put me in a spot where I'm not really on the like cutting edge of everybody. I'm not like in that 90, or I'm not in that like top 1% of players as far as gear goes. And not that it's completely killed my motivation, but it's just kind of made me slow down a little bit. And not like get super invested. Next phase. Next phase when I can actually really, really, really grind will be we'll be pushing for mats, pushing for gear a little bit harder. And this phase also just had kind of like a really weird had a really weird start with econ. This is your first phase, yeah, right on. Yeah, with all like the dupes and stuff like that were prevalent early on, it just kind of put like a weird vibe on the phase. So get to a point where my character is viable to play and do stuff, and then just kind of slowly progress from there. I mean, at 440 power, I'm still very much like in the top, you know, 5-10% of the server. Probably, maybe even a little bit more than that, but we're still serviceable. Yeah, definitely threw shit off, and it just put such a weird vibe on the entire server. Like, on the entire phase, quite frankly. Right on, man. Yeah, the YouTube stuff is kind of just like a little side project. I'm not like hyper invested into it yet. It's just kind of like getting my feet wet with like video editing and stuff like that. I'm still just like kind of self-learning everything there. Just hit JM tailoring. You got a priority list to start with to make gear. I mean, a solid place to start with tailoring is like your seafoam gear. You're given some of the recipes like just by hitting JM, like the pants, chests, and bracers. You can kind of pick the other ones up from the vendor now. I think you can buy them. That's like a decent place to start. After that, you want to start looking at like Bloom Warden. That requires a little bit more time investment going into Steel Bloom. And then after that, I would start looking into like Cognizant or Torrent Administrator, which Cognizant is the set from Carfin. Torrent Administrator is the set from Forge. One's a little bit more defensive sided. But yeah, that's kind of where I would probably start out with is Seafoam armor. Weapons, I mean, I would just go straight for Mirageborn Great Mace for weapons. And then Glorybound Bow or Nightreaver Bow is probably a better option for I-26 weapons. I-level 29 weapons are going to be the big battle for everybody. I don't know how many people are actually going to push for those. I know we have a few people that are pushing for them right now. Thanks for the follow, Double. I appreciate that. But I'm not like... it's tough to know if I should be focusing on forever pieces or building a beginning endgame kit. Yeah, if you're just now hitting level 20 plus, it's not a bad idea to skip some steps and go straight to the I-level 26 stuff. And start preparing for the I-level 29 stuff. Just because we're in that, like, step ladder progression. Like, that's, we've kind of skipped the first few steps now, if you're just hitting level 20. So you kind of have more options than what we did while we were leveling up, before the server got a little bit more progressed. But, I mean, if you want to save a little bit of money and focus more on gathering and econ now, I mean, just going for the end game stuff might be the play. Or if you just want to get your character to where it's, like, viable to go out and, like, traverse the world, going for that I-level 26 stuff, or even some of the better I-23 stuff is not a bad idea either. I don't really think you can go wrong. It just depends on how much time and effort you want to invest. And how long you're okay with being, like, not very strong. Like, some of the farms that I like to do, like solo farms, like monster killing farms that I like to do, kind of require you to have at least a base set of gear to really do with any success. Now I'm hoping I can just get really lucky out in the jungle today. Looking for cacao, preferably okay, I don't want to go that way. Preferably looking for legendary, but the odds of finding legendary are pretty low. I probably get away with using heroic. I'm also looking for Birds of Paradise. I need it legendary, though. That's going to be the hard part, is probably getting the Birds of Paradise. Because for the bolts, you need Dragon Tree boards. So I need 3 legendary Dragon Tree, 3 legendary, or was it 9? And I need 2 for the bolt. Or what is it? 1, 2... 2 for the bolt. Yeah, so I guess I need 3? Am I crazy? Yeah, I need 9 because I need 3 yardages. So 9 legendary wood, 9 legendary Birds of Paradise, 2 legendary cacao would go a long way. But probably just looking for epic at that point. Anything would be fantastic. I haven't seen anything higher than heroic, unfortunately. So I'm due. The other thing is there's not really been any rhyme or reason to where cacao actually spawns. Like, I found it spawning in the middle of the node, I've found it on cliffs, I found it near water. It just feels really, really random. So I kind of just have to wander aimlessly through the jungle in hopes of finding some. And also avoid mobs. I notice that I'm not nearly strong enough to do some of the suggested solo farms, yeah. Especially if you're a mage. Like, mages just aren't... They're just not very good at solo farming mobs that are stronger than them. Like... Like the smaller, like the lower level AoE farms are decent. Some of the, like, I mean, the level 20 farms are really good, but like going into POIs and trying to farm like Steel Bloom or trying to farm any of the like 1 or 2 star mobs, it's just kind of a battle. Just don't kill stuff quite fast enough. Did you test the Verdant's Ruins mobs? I did, actually. It just doesn't seem worth it. They die too slowly. Like, with the skeletons, having to kill them twice is really annoying. And there's just not, like, enough of them to... Not really enough of them to make it worth it. Versus, some of the other places. They might have, like, different loot tables that make it more worth it, but... I don't know, they just die too slowly. Hippos, I don't want to be anywhere near. Hey, what's up? The best... will you craft by the items of your video? Yeah. The majority of them, there's some slight changes since I posted that I'm gonna do. There's some slight changes in the jewelry and slight changes in the weapons. But yeah, for the most part, I'm gonna try to craft and mostly craft all the gear. I don't really like to buy gear. I much prefer farming it myself or making deals for the mats myself instead of buying. Just to kind of get a better idea of what it actually takes to craft stuff for when the game does finally hit 1.0. Because at the end of the day, like, I don't know, we are still here testing, so. The thing with cacao trees is they're just really few and far between. And they're kind of hard to spot. They don't, like, they're not like big trees. But luckily there is other stuff out here that I need, so obviously looking for slate, for tin, I'm looking for Bird of Paradise, limestone for lithium, Junskosh, all that good stuff, so. kind of feels like the jungle is a little bit picked right now. I'm not seeing anything at all. Maybe I need to adjust where I'm looking, though. Yeah, what's up, Kiefer? The stream has begun. Kiefer's here. Looking for an armor smith. Morthane was just posting in chat not that long ago. Morthane's good armor crafter. Probably has the recipe you're looking for. Looking for Briarhold. I'm fairly certain he has Briarhold. Could always ask. He's usually pretty fair when it comes to processing fees and stuff like that. So. And reputable. I've used Morthane to craft a lot of stuff for me. In previous phases and this phase. If not, I don't remember, was it Father Todd, maybe? Or I can't remember the other guy, but... Morthane is my go-to. What's usually prices for tips and fees? I mean, the last time it was like 3 gold for like his fees. It might go up depending on what the armor or what the recipe is, but when you're getting into like the eye level 26 and eye level 29, gotta remember that just clicking the button for some of that stuff is expensive. Like, just for example, I think it shows. That number is not correct. There we go, for Cognizant. Yeah, just to click the button for Cognizant gear, it is 9 gold just to click the button. So you gotta factor that into your crafting fee for people. So if somebody's charging like 15 gold for a crafting fee for a piece of Cognizant gear, that's pretty reasonable. And then you've got to get, obviously, your... got to pay for their crafting quality as well. Man, I have not... I've found 1 flower so far. It feels like the jungle may just be cooked. Yeah, well, I'm not even talking about the buffs. I'm talking about their crafting gear, like all the time they've spent on getting that. Like, definitely gotta take that stuff into account when you're tipping, you know, processing fees, all that stuff. I usually have a lot better luck around Tangled Posts, so... Mythbreak doesn't seem as luscious when it comes to materials. But I'm really looking for this dang cacao. Because once I get the cacao tree, the rest of the farm is easy. Dragon tree's easy, Birds of Paradise relatively easy. It's the cacao tree. The coconut tree is really easy. John Dark Essence is super easy. Somebody was out here. He was chasing somebody. Here I am on the south side. Alright, let's head up towards the... Head up toward the town a little bit and see if we can't... See if we can't find some stuff. Yeah, whenever it comes to the cacao trees, though, I usually find 1 to 3 in little groupings. Where must be farmed those Nightreaver? Nightreaver, most of the stuff comes from the Jundark. Except for the Dragon Tree, which you need to get in the tropics. The other thing, I couldn't even find any legendary cacao tree yesterday. There was one person that had some up, but it was like 18 gold per tree, and I'm not gonna pay that much for it. That's pushing the limits of what I would pay. 12 maybe, but not 18. There's a little bird of paradise. Couple birds of paradise. Not seeing any cacao. I did notice it was a lot easier to see cacao trees at night for some reason. Don't know why. Ooh, lots of birds of paradise out here. Maybe we can get lucky. Then I also need to go find the recipe. I know 2 people, or I know 1 person who has the recipe, but I don't really know them as like a reputable crafter, so I can also just farm the mats myself, or farm the recipe myself, depending on where it drops. Well, glint doesn't hurt. Kind of seems like the best place to grab birds of paradise is right around the node corks. Be seeing a lot of it. Looks like it's gonna be stuck, bugged. Oh, I saw more. That way. So it's fairly difficult to target farm these JM trees, journeyman trees. They're just like so rare. It's like, but every time you start chopping one, you just hope that's the one. And on the plus side, I only need 2 logs, so theoretically I could get really lucky and hit a legendary 6-piece or a legendary 7-piece. That'd be insane. Which I should do that just in case. But in reality, the odds of actually hitting a legendary JM tree is incredibly low. We'll get there. I will find one legendary JM tree this phase. It will happen. I've hit a couple epic. I've hit a couple legendary apprentice trees. No JM trees yet, though. Black and gold. Good afternoon. It is afternoon. Had to check to make sure. It's been a crazy morning. Crazy day so far. We're getting like a blizzard right now. It's kind of awful outside. It's starting to taper off a little bit, but we got like 5 inches of snow, and it's supposed to get down to like 5 degrees tonight. I'm very happy to be inside right now. I need to start keeping track of cacao trees, though, and like where I see them. Like, I kind of have mental notes of where braidwood and like weeping willow and dragon tree spawn, but cacao has kind of just been a complete mystery. And maybe it's because like everything in the jungle just kind of looks the same and looks very similar, so it's hard to really like notice. Any like differences. Ooh, it's a big old tree. I don't know if I should just be running randomly through trees or if there is like a pathway to follow to. So you start like making mental notes. I mean, that's if I find one. Yesterday I ran through the entire Jundark from Mythbreak all the way out to Vine Breach, and I didn't find a single one, so that was pretty discouraging. And I was like, screw this, I'm just gonna go check the market. And then the market was like, oh yeah, we have one for, or two logs for 18 gold each. It's like, no, I'm alright on that. But I'll tell you what, as soon as next phase comes around and I hit Journeyman Lumberjacking, I am going straight to the jungle. I'm going to try to hit Apprentice Herbalism, Journeyman Lumberjacking, and Journeyman Mining, and I'm going straight to the jungle. I actually don't know how strong these are. Tend to avoid anything that's level 28 with 1 star. They're really strong. There is a quality buff right now in Tangled Post. Maybe that'll help. If anybody has any cacao like tips, tricks, I would love to hear them. The majority of ones I found have been around like this area. Maybe it's just because these are like the areas that aren't necessarily as traveled. It's like, I would love to have a flying mount for this. Holy crap. Like, I can only imagine how useful that would be in a case like this. Like, I never see the mares really out, like, farming stuff, which is really surprising. From time to time, I'll see them, like, just swoop down and grab something, but, like... legit, if I had a flying mount, that's basically what I would be using it for. I would be trying to gather as much of the higher rarity, like, stuff that I could find. Just, it'd be so much easier than running around on the ground looking for this stuff. Faster. You can get in and out of tricky spots a lot easier. Man, I'm not finding any flowers either. Like, I kind of figured I'd be seeing a lot more, like, birds of paradise and stuff as well. Kind of nutty. One thing about the jungle, too, is, like, the ground cover is a little bit extra. Like, maybe I'm completely missing out on stuff and I'm running right past it and I don't even know. I don't know. Hard to tell. Impossible to tell. Like, I could have swore I just saw a spindlevine here, but I did not. It's like, what are y'all getting up to in game today? If you're gaming at all. Anything fun, interesting, useful? Your missus right back to Nuela. I did actually see I remember seeing a cacao tree like on this pathway. Like, it was like literally a right turn up here and it was like right there. 2 ores? Hell yeah. I did see in Discord there was some early morning ores going off on Shoal. Well, early morning or late night. I know there were some relic shenanigans, is what Zom said. Which is nice that we're actually getting relics to spawn, but unfortunate that neither of them got collected. Dropping guild to avoid war is like the worst behavior. Like, that's such an annoying thing to do. It's like, it just makes your guild look ridiculous. It's like, just take the, you know, if you're really that bad, just take the L, you know? Just like, play the game, do the content. It'd be great if, I mean, I don't know if it'd even be possible if it would be possible to do. But, like, if you're in a guild war or in a node war, it just locks you to guild. Heard. But yeah, just like something to lock people to guild and stuff, to where people can't just straight up leave guild or leave a node to avoid. Logging off, sure, fine, but at least let us name and shame people who do that. There is morning slate out here, is there not? Who is a random bard? And 2 random bards. Why are there 2 random bards out here? Very weird behavior. They are targeting me, so they're definitely not bots. We'll leave them to their date. Looks like they're having a nice little mining date out here. It's a band. Yeah. Band session. Banging on the rocks. Is it almost nighttime? Nice. It is definitely easier to see cacao trees at night. For some reason, the leaves kind of like how the coconuts are that like brighter shade of neon. Like, well, not neon, but like just a little bit brighter shade of green. It just seems like they're, the cacao leaves are kind of similar to that. More of like a minty. It contrasts the other greens in the jungle pretty well. I know I've definitely seen some cacao, like, around this node court before. I've definitely hit 3 around it yesterday. Or not yesterday, but the day before. I'm gonna see if I can get one of these mushrooms to do the beetle thing. Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah, they're just gonna kill my beetle. That's not what I expected. For some reason, those mushrooms, if they do the little mushroom stun on your beetle, it'll make it do like a barrel roll. And it's really hilarious. When is the next phase hit? Currently unknown. There hasn't been any, like, notification or discussion about a new phase anytime soon. And honestly, I'm not really expecting one for probably another 2 to 3 months. If we get one in that time frame, it wouldn't surprise me, but I'm really not even expecting one around then. I think they're going to try to make this one go for a little bit longer. It has been around like 4 to 6 months between wipes previously. So until Intrepid like goes longer than that, that's kind of what I would expect, is the phases to last about 4 to 6 months. So that would put us, what, this one came out December 12th, right? I think. So that would put December, so January, March, or February, March, April, May, probably around like May, June, if things continue with the same like cadence as previously, as the previous phases. But like I said, this phase has been kind of weird with the stuff that's gone on with the settlements being kind of goofy. Some of the duplication stuff that's happened. It wouldn't really surprise me to see a wipe earlier than that. Still not really hoping for one. Oh. Oh. We found one. We found one. Now, could this be the one? Once I get one, then I don't have to do it anymore, so. Yeah, it was not the one. Okay. And then usually, like I said, usually they are kind of in groups. You usually see them together. I want to see when they get the PTR stuff set up. Yes. That's going to really, that's going to be where things get interesting, because as far as I know, I mean, I think they made a post about it, that they're actively trying to get their PTR client approved by Steam. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that entails. But until they get PTR up, it's going to be really hard to test things on a massive level, and that's probably why we haven't been seeing nearly as many updates as we normally do this phase. Because normally we see like relatively big updates every couple, like every 2 to 3 weeks with bug fixes and stuff like that, but without them being tested, we're just not really seeing any updates or anything, which kind of stinks. So that cacao tree was kind of up like on a hill. And it's kind of all by its lonesome though. So it was like up on a hill, kind of near water. Maybe we can just start checking up on top of hills. Now that I'm thinking about it, the other one that I found the other day was up on a hill as well. So maybe that's like kind of the deal with cacao trees. Maybe they're higher altitude. Are there flying mounts? Yes, but like 99.9% of players will never be on a flying mount. Right now, flying mounts are reserved for mayors of tier 3 and tier 4 towns. Those are the only flying mounts that are in the game. There will be a couple other instances of them. Some may come as drops from like raid bosses. Guild castles will also give access to a flying mount. There are going to be what's the word I'm looking for? Gliding mounts. I don't know what capacity the gliding mounts are going to come in. We haven't seen anything about them yet. They've just been mentioned. So, yeah, those are kind of there's a bog brute running around over here that I don't really want to mess with. Pirate. Man, only finding one tree. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Oh, there's a bog brute over here too. Man, I don't want to deal with these things. There's mushrooms over here as well. Pirates, bats. Man, this is a dangerous area. No. No cacao tree here. Oh no. Yeah, I'm not seeing any sort of materials at all. How many world bosses are in the game right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I believe. Currently. More to come. You have Tumak, Firebrand, Ishara, Sclerisha, and then the other two Harbinger bosses, which I have not seen yet. Going for Nightreaver Longbow. Yeah, I think I'm gonna skip Dreadwake Longbow and go for Nightreaver. It's just like good, like it's a more offensive bow with less input as far as material costs go. And an epic Nightreaver actually has almost the exact same amount of power as a legendary how many legged birds of paradise? 9. Yeah, I need pretty much everything right now. I need the birds of paradise, I need the dragon tree, and I need the cacao. Coconut, I'm doing okay on. I've got like, I think 400 of the 612 that I need at rare. So oh really? You're kind of calling it? I can understand that. I mean, this phase has been, it's been like I've been talking to a couple other people in my group. Like, there are some days where I just don't really even wanna. Yeah, there's some days where I just don't even really wanna like log in. But then there's other days where I have like extreme motivation and I'm like, okay, I want to get on, I want to play, I want to farm, I want to go do PvP. Whereas like the last phase, I wanted to get on and play every single day. yeah, I'm not as motivated this phase as I have been in previous phases. If you're not gonna use them though, I will definitely put them to use because I'm gonna finish this bow out, whether it's, you know, I am gonna finish this bow. I would like to hit a couple benchmarks. I want to push 550 power, and I kind of want to see what that feels like in the current meta. And just kind of get a feel for what Intrepid's doing this phase. Yeah, the move to fighter was a surprise. I didn't expect to see that out of you. We're in a weird state where we're supposed to be testing things, but people are playing with a progressing mentality. I think we're always gonna have that progressing mentality. I do think there's a little bit of an issue with the saying that there's a lack of late game content. I mean, yeah, there is. Like, the reason there's a lack of late game content though is we're not in late game. We're at level 25. 25, level 25 is, like, from an experience standpoint, we're not even halfway there. I don't think we're ever gonna see a CTF or, like, domination style in this game. We have sieges for that already. That's gonna be your more objective based PvP, and we might see that in arenas. I don't know, and we might see battlegrounds, but I don't think that type of, like, queue into an arena, like, battleground. I don't know how prevalent that's gonna be in Ashes. Could be wrong. Like, I know we definitely are getting an arena system in the future, probably by the end of this year, or we'll start to see the structure of it by the end of this year. And that will add something else to do, but Intrepid have to cuck themselves into not making changes because people riot when it disadvantages them. True. Yeah, that's one thing I've brought up before is I love that Intrepid is active in discussion with players and the player base, and, like, open development is cool and everything. But at a certain point, Intrepid has to make their own game and not fold to every whim of a player base. Like, they have to make the product before people start to, like, how do I word this? Before people get to the point where they think that their opinion is how the game should be. I'm farming for the Nightreaver Gloomstring longbow. At the moment, the only thing players can do on late game is farming. I mean, it's farming, crafting, gearing their character up, node wars, guild wars, sieges. The world bosses and the Harbinger events are active. Nobody has cleared a Harbinger yet. Tumok just went down, I think this week or last week for the first time on a couple servers. So those are kind of like the quote unquote late game, but again, we're not at the late game yet. We're not even like level 25 is still like a stepping stone as far as the content in the game. We're still very, very much in the foundation building stage of development. And like what I mean by like foundation is like we're still Intrepid is still building the world. Like the world's not even close to finished yet. The dungeons aren't finished, the POIs aren't finished, the mobs aren't finished, the gear's not finished. Like none of that stuff is a finished product yet. So for any of the other like big streamers who are saying this game has no late game and like they can't say that and like nobody can say that this game has no late game because like I mean I guess they're technically right because there isn't a late game, but we're not even there yet. We're not even at the point of developing the late game yet. At least not on the alpha servers. Correct. Yeah. And even what we as players are going to get on the PTR, like what the players are going to get on the PTR is still 4 to 6 months behind of what they're actively working on in development. And that's another thing a lot of people kind of seem to forget, like what we're playing on the alpha servers, like these quote-unquote live servers. Hey, Cacao Tree. What we're playing on these servers is... Oh, I need to watch out for these basilisks, though. It's kind of like a... It's kind of like a playground environment. No, okay, I can get it. Like, the PTR is what we are going to be actively testing. The live service... alpha servers that we're playing on is just like a little bit of a playground where we can open world test stuff. I'm gathering with no food buff on right now because I would basically be popping a food buff every 30 seconds. Or not every 30 seconds, but like every single time I gather a tree. Because I'm specifically gathering certain things. Nellen, that's the mage I dueled the other day that has the Nightreaver. I thought I saw another cacao up here, but it might have just been a coconut. Yeah, I think it was just a coconut. Okay. And also kind of what Fact says there. I have not really noticed a massive uptick in rarity when it comes to gathering quality. I'm sure there's some number out there, but I don't know. I'll humor you. If this pops legendary, if one of these 3 coconut or cacao trees pops legendary or even epic, I'll never gather without gathering food ever again. I do have lumberjacking bags with quality. I have a lumberjacking shirt with quality. I have an axe with quality as well. So there's mixed reviews on how the tools affect gathering quality. Some people have said they've seen a massive uptick. Some people have said it hasn't affected it at all. Me personally, I have not noticed a difference in higher quality versus lower quality. This is a nice little cluster here, though. So it's... Some people have said when you reach a certain threshold, it gets better, but like I said, I haven't really noticed any difference. Alright, last chance. Last chance. And yeah, what Kiefer said, all of my Lego Epic, all of that stuff has come without having any gathering buffs on. All common. Sick. That is most unfortunate. Oh, another chance. That was 6 trees. That's kind of a nice little cluster. A couple of them are underground, mostly, but it kind of makes me wonder if there's like some that are even more underground than this. Maybe this is the one. Nope, never was, never is. Oh, okay. Wait, oh no, that's just the one that I just chopped. It flew all the way over here. Damn it. Baited. Kind of just do a look around, try to not get killed by these basilisk. Where am I running to? Does seem like higher altitude again, though. Like a little bit higher up on the world. Hills. Haven't seen a single limestone out here yet either, which is odd. Man, I was really hoping out of all of those trees. I mean, that was 6. What did I do? 36? Yeah. 6 trees and nothing better than common. Would have been nice to see something there. What the heck is taking up space in my inventory? That's the other question. Oh, all these. I'm gonna keep all this stuff just to vendor later, so. Apprentice stuff. Couple silver here, couple silver there, never hurts. What's that? 29? Yeah, I don't really want to mess with that. One adder strike or swarm from that would obliterate me. These are probably all level 29, yep. I need to get off this plateau, I think. Don't want to miss out on anything, though. Is it worth just running around looking for rare resources to have both mining, lumberjacking for JM, apprentice trees, and ores, or just focus on one? I think if you're doing what I'm doing, just randomly running around, you want to have mining, lumberjacking, and herbalism. I think just running around with one is not ideal. Because you'll come across, you know, rare rocks, you'll come across higher rarity trees, and you don't want to run across something like a braidwood or a cacao or like birds of paradise and not be able to gather it. Just because of the potential for... like, hitting any pretty much any legendary... Right now, pretty much any legendary material is worth a fair amount. You just run one bag each, yeah. Right now, I could min-max a little bit more, and swap my bags out every time I'm about to hit something. I don't, because that's just, I don't know, it's just a slight inconvenience. That's probably gonna kill my mount. Oh, maybe not. Yesterday I did try to get some bags made, but the recipe for the bags I wanted to craft is not in game yet, and we don't really know where to find it, so I kind of gave up on that, unfortunately. Because I was hoping to make some heroic lumberjacking bags before coming out here again. Yep. I mean, there is the other bag from, I want to say, leatherworking? That is really good and is in game right now. So, I could make that, but the mats for that are a little bit harder to come by. And again, I mean, I don't want to give people bad information, but again, I just haven't really seen quality pay off. Where do you recommend to do mining? I recommend the desert and finding the big groups of limestone. Dang, epic. Or, heroic. Because even I would like grab an experience scroll and go head out and start hitting rocks in the desert. Herbalism, honestly, like these spots in the Jundark are really good. Thanks for the follow, I appreciate that a whole bunch. Hey, crocodile. Because every single one of these green plants out here you can grab. And actually Dracania is used to craft seafoam gear, which some people are wanting to craft now. You could also do agave in the desert, and there's also daffodil fields like up along here. This spot in the anvils is just completely covered in daffodils. Like, and you literally cannot farm them fast enough. They respawn before, like, the daffodils literally respawn before you get through the field, so. But again, if you can survive out here, like all these elephant ears and Dracania you can pick up. What's up, Stomps? Working on Pedal Shard. Yeah. Like I said, like, my gear isn't insane by any means. Like, this was a really good weapon, this is a really good piece, this is a really good piece, this is a really good piece, but, like, in general, my gear isn't that crazy. It's like some heroic level 20, 23. Yeah, like there's definitely some people who are out there that are much better off gear-wise as far as I am. Like, way better. There's people crafting heroic cognizant gear and epic eye level 26 bows and stuff like that. So getting to the point where I'm at in gear is not that big of a reach for most people. Like, very reasonable, honestly. Like, I think the mace and this ring are probably the most expensive pieces I have by a lot. The skullplate cape isn't even, like, making that in epic's not that hard. Anchorite stole, making that in epic's not, like, insane. It's not easy, but it's not insane. Yeah, I will definitely be making another one of these rings. That one actually was a little bit tough. Luckily, I had some legendary tin laying around already, so that helped. Yeah, I had a bunch of epic rubies and legendary tin laying around, so I was able to craft that without too much effort. I used a mix of rare and heroic ingots, zinc ingots. Or was it copper? I don't remember. One of those two. Kind of crazy. I've run through over half the Jundark now, and I've seen 7 cacao trees. So they're either getting farmed or they only spawn in very certain spots. And even the Mirageborn Mace in Heroic isn't, like, yeah, you have to get the Joshua tree, but you could make it in rare extremely easily. Like, just all rare materials, like rare copper, rare. Oh, these are the level 40 mobs, aren't they? Oh, God. Yep. Run. Run, run, run. There's a mushroom raid that's going to be over here, I have a feeling. Yeah, these are the level 40 mobs. Working on full heroic pedal shard set. Yeah. I mean, a lot of the stuff in this game, like, it feels really daunting to do until you just sit down and brute force it. Like, if you just legitimately sit down and go, okay, the one thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to craft heroic pedal shard and brute force it in the desert and just hit sandstone until you get the rubies and get the zinc and the copper. A couple hours. Or, yeah, I mean, wherever it may be. Like, around Winstead. Oh, yeah, like this area. Yeah, it's really good. I mean, sandstone and volcanic both kind of have the same properties, so whether you want to do it in the jungle or the what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, the jungle or the desert, it doesn't really matter. I prefer the desert just because, I don't know, it just seems less crazy. Yeah, these are the other bags. From... Gotta be leatherworking, right? Yeah, moving biomes is, can be annoying. For sure. I feel like I'm about to just run around the entire world and not really get any payoff from it. Like, I feel like I've been running forever and just haven't gotten a single thing worth a shit. I guess it's one of the frustrating parts of, like, trying to target farm something. Sometimes it just doesn't pay off. I'm looking for cacao tree. Preferably legendary. I'd probably settle for heroic though. Or, not heroic, epic. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, there's some comparable setups you can do with wand offhand, but you are kind of right. You do lose a lot of oomph when you go wand versus bow. At least I feel. Yeah, Nightreaver one. Yeah, you'd think it'd be good. Just not quite. Not quite the same same effect you get from the bow. Yeah, compared to like Nightreaver Gloomstring Longbow. Tuesday, January 27th, 6 p.m. Okay, so I gotta figure something out for that. Switch didn't have mana regen. Yeah. Dang, more heroic? Come on now. not even gotten like a single epic or really any sort of decent proc at all. Tide Piercer emblem? I don't think people are really looking for those right now. Wolves aren't real anyways. Yeah, that's kind of true. That is kind of true. And like the only spot where you can force spawn wolves is like incredibly contested no matter what. It's like, I don't have time to be doing that. I think I'm gonna go up. Is there a way to get up anywhere? Maybe? That looks awfully steep. Darkfish. This looks like a pathway. Ooh, Bird of Paradise. Epic agave for 1 gold. I mean, that kind of makes sense, just with Seafoam. Or not Seafoam, Scald Plate. I think that's what people are using agave for. I haven't really seen anybody use Spellbook for very many things. At all, really. At least not this phase, I haven't seen it. You're a level 13 fighter. Try and find a group for Oakenbane is probably your best bet. Oakenbane Keep. If you're in the Riverlands. If you are... Is it really gonna make me do this? If you're in the Anvils, there's a spot with bears that's really, really good. That's like around this lake. But yeah, any Oakenbane is a really good spot if you can get a group. If you're solo, I don't really know. I haven't really done any solo leveling in this game in a very, very long time, and things have changed since then, so I would not take my advice. Can I show you gear? Yeah, I sure can. Give me 1 second. Need to watch the first 2 seasons? First 2 seasons of what? I don't get the joke. Flew over my head. Oh yeah, crabs or shardlings are both super reasonable options. Oh, gear, yeah. Just rocking like a weird mix match right now. Blue Morden, Graveplate, Anchorites is a boss mob, craft, Seafoam, which I'm working at replacing, Graveplate, which I'm working at replacing, Carfin Ring, Petal Shard set, Roushborn Mace, Glorybound Bow, which I'm working on replacing right now. Scaldplate Cape will probably stay that way for a long time. Just a Graveplate belt, Seafoam legs, and Blue Morden boots. Nothing too crazy, just a mix match of just kind of a mix and match gear set. Yes it is. I crafted it the first day it was available and haven't thought about replacing it since. I wouldn't mind replacing my Petal Shard, but I really don't want to replace gear unless it's like with a much better piece at this point. I think wasting materials on Petal Shard gear, I don't think that's in my best interest at the moment. Oh yeah, I mean, it's not like it's hard, but I would just rather use epic copper and zinc ingots on better gear. And I'm also, yeah, I'm kind of a broke boy right now. I have not had luck with anything in the past, like, week as far as farming goes. It's been rough out here. Mostly because I've just been running around looking for cacao trees and birds of paradise, and I feel like I'm kind of gimping myself by doing that. But I don't know. There's just not really a money grind that I want to go do right now. I could go sit in Steel Bloom with like a 3-man or 4-man and go nuts, but sell emblems. It's not really what I want to do with my time. Cool. If anybody gets a bead on some legendary cacao trees, though, I might actually just buy them at this point. Like, this is a struggle. I'm, like, struggling out here to even find the damn trees, let alone get them in high rarity. Oh, that's trash. Move that down there. Move this up here. Trash. Hopefully it's cheaper than lithium. Cacao and lithium are at about the same price. What, legendary lithium's around 20 gold a piece right now? What in the... That's gonna kill me. Oh, maybe I won't. Never mind. Where did this thing come from? actually die to this. Dude, I've never been even close to gold cap this phase. I have bought and spent, or I've like earned and spent gold like crazy this phase. It's been insane. Like 2 weeks ago, I was earning and spending between 40 and 50 gold a day. Like, without even blinking an eye. But my luck has been so awful lately. It's just not even funny. It's been horrible luck lately. Incredibly frustrating. What was the last thing I crafted? I crafted this, this, and this, and since then, I have had fuck all for luck when it comes to gathering. It sucked, quite frankly. Like, I hit a legendary slate 3 days ago. Or a legendary, not slate, limestone, like 3 days ago. Gambit it. I hit 1 lithium, I hit 1 thraxite, and 1 stricken silver. Kept the lithium because I need it. Sold the thraxite, sold the stricken silver, and like that's what I have left over from it. This 33 gold. So what class are you playing, Stomps? Are you cleric, mage, bard? I'm assuming you're magic power, so like just make one of these, honestly. Make a Mirageborn. Where can I find a list of rare resources for all the gatherables regarding mining, lumber, and herbalism? Is there a list somewhere? I actually don't know if there is one. Yeah, I legitimately don't think there is like a list of. I'm not gonna be able to get to that. Is that Kraken's belly all the way over there? Man, I've run so far already. I'm almost back into the freaking tropics. Yeah, I mean, certain resources are supposed to spawn in certain, like, areas, environments, and stuff like that. But, only some of them do that right now. It's like it felt like there was only like 1 spawn of cacao trees in each zone. That sucked. Tons of birds of paradise over here though. I just don't want to fight these things. This is a raptor, right? This is swift claw. Bloodtooth. How's the Nightreaver farming going? Poorly. quite frankly. It's going quite bad. I've found nothing of value today in almost 2 hours. It's been frustrating to say the least. Yeah, Nightreaver Great Axe is quite good. Quite good. Yeah, man, I'm just getting nothing but common, uncommon shit. It's horrible. Haven't hit a Lego in 3 days. Yeah. I'm eating my salads. It's not changed a single thing since I ate it. Nothing has been different. Gathering quality is a complete waste of time. At least it feels like it. Sorry, I saw that question and I didn't answer it. What do Protector's Prides go for on our server? The last time I saw anybody advertising, I want to say it was around 60 to 70 gold. I haven't really seen them selling very much anymore. $25 gold on Resna. Wow. Yeah, there's kind of a mafia that runs the Protector's Prides on this server. Alright, so I did kind of like this area. Let's try and do like this area and kind of south and see if there's anything down that way, and then kind of see if I can... Oh, look at that sunrise. Or is that the moon going down? I can't tell anymore. There's too many planets. Too many stars. Too many moons. Maybe I just need to go brute force some, like, copper, zinc, rubies, and just try to make some cash that way. These, like, gathering days like this, where I don't hit on anything, feel really bad. Like, tremendously bad. I don't like it. Like, of all the materials that I've hit and harvested today, to not even hit, like, a single epic. That, I picked off a corpse. Will they change something? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. One of the things that kind of gets lost and forgot is we're at level 25 right now. Like, it feels bad now because we're not meant to be stuck at this level. Like, we're not meant to be grinding out endgame gear at this level. Oh. That dude just straight up full heal. So, like, what we're doing now will probably not... I mean, it will happen eventually, like, when we get towards max level, but there will be so much more stuff in between. That, like, I don't think people are going to feel as stuck and, like, dejected about the gathering and the farming and stuff like that. And, honestly, by the time we get to... by the time we do get towards max level, I think a lot of the systems are going to be different. I think by the time we hit launch, so a lot of the systems that we're playing with now will have more to them. There will be questing that will be a lot more prevalent and important. There will be, you know, node systems that are in place that are going to be a lot more important. There will be instanced content that will be a little bit more of a driving force. So, yeah, like, Steven has said it, Margaret said it, Intrepid has said it multiple times over and over. Like, we are grinding the part of the game that will not be, like, yeah, we're just like, we're grinding because we enjoy the game so much and the project so much that we just want to play the game. Like, just playing the game is fun enough. Yeah, we're essentially making level 25 twink players, yeah. Do you have all 5 pieces of jewelry you think is the best? No. Sorry, just responding to some DMs. But yeah, like, as soon as we see a jump up, as soon as we see a level jump up, a level cap increase, it's gonna be a lot of the same stuff that we're doing now. Just like min-maxing mid-level gear, just to kind of see where we're at. And pretty much all of our gearing choices are going to be changed as well, because we're going to get secondaries. I don't know. Uh, I think you can stop worrying about them running out of money. I don't think that's a problem, quite frankly. At least from what we've been told, it's not a problem. Obviously, I mean, it's not in a company's best interest to let people know if they're running out of money or not. But it just solely from the way that Steven has done interviews and talked about it, money is not his concern, at least at the moment. I'm literally running through the same area that I was running through earlier. I need to get out of here. The jungle is so, like, easy to get lost in, which I guess is a good thing for immersion, but also slightly annoying. I think as long as Intrepid does a good job of releasing and adding content in a meaningful way, like in a good progression, enough to keep players interested in the project and to like show that they're actively developing and creating and changing and like delivering on a lot of the things they've talked about, I think they're gonna be just fine. If every 6 to 9 months for the next 3 years, 2 years, they continue to drop like relatively sizable changes and builds, I think they're gonna be just fine. There's almost no chance that I'm gonna find anything useful in this town, but you never know. A bunch of this stuff is just junk. Don't think Heroic Birds of Paradise is worth anything, but I'll hold on to it just in case. Yeah, I assume they're working on some, like, reasonable things right now. It's just, not having a PTR to really test them, I think, is hurting them more than what they were hoping it would. It's just literally all the same stuff. There's nothing else in here. No materials of value. Why there's an anvil essence here, I'll never know. Yeah, just nothing good here. Not surprising. Yeah, I mean, they've said a couple times that they're working on a large patch, but they can't do anything with it because of yeah, they just can't do anything with it because no PTR, no testing. Because they don't want to... Because it's Steam Early Access, they don't want to just push an update without having any idea how it's actually going to function on live servers, which is understandable. Like, because if they do that now, it could kind of cook the reputation of the game, of the alpha, if they just end up having to roll back or shut down. I feel like last phase they wouldn't think twice about it. Be like, oh no, we have to roll back the servers by like a couple days because we screwed up and launched a patch that destroys a bunch of stuff. But I agree, you're not wrong. Yeah, February skins. There is word on the street we're getting some new skins, potentially some giveaways. That's all I've been told about that so far, but yeah, I can hint at potentially some cool shit, some cool cosmetics coming in February. I might have put myself in a sticky spot here. How do I get out of this situation? There's a lot of mobs right here. Dodge. Dodge, 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 dodge. Dip, dodge, dodge. I just emptied my material, so I don't really care if I get, like, one-tapped here. Which I'm about to. No high elevation cacao up here. But yeah, there may be some hype new skins coming to the storefront soon, from what I'm told. Need to check down this side. I keep like going through the same exact areas that I was in before, but I need to check the other side of things. Oh! PP dropped in the ocean. Oof. Saw Morthane yelling. I thought something exciting was about to be said. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know any dates or anything like that. I was just kind of given some like generic information. But yeah, that would be probably a good guess. Probably right before Valentine's Day. Would not surprise me if we see some heart-themed some heart-themed skins, which honestly I kind of love. It was one of my favorite skins from the brief time that I played League of Legends. The Quinn and Ashe Heartseeker, I think it was Heartseeker skins is what they were called. They're some of my favorite skins from League of Legends when I was playing. Alright. I might have to go find something else. There's a limestone down there. I think I just need to do some gold farming, quite frankly, and quit trying to play the lottery. Which is essentially what I'm doing with gathering. Did Quinn not have one? I thought Quinn had one too. Like, I knew Ash did, but I definitely thought Quinn had one. Maybe I'm wrong. I didn't play the League for very long. They kept changing all of my mains, so I just decided to stop playing. Every time I would get comfortable on a champ, they would just be like, nope, we're gonna rework it. Oh, cool. Instead of just releasing a new one, just rework an old one, I guess. Good way to do it. No, actually, Ace. There are a couple changes I would make. And I'm going to update eventually. I just haven't. I was gonna kind of wait until I got some of those upgrades to do that. But as far as the armor recommendations, I think are still up to date with the Sand Bastion and Cognizant gear. Those are definitely still what I would consider the best in slot pieces for Mage. But just the way the meta has kind of shifted to more of a hot, very quick time to kill. More power means a lot more, especially for the Mage class, because I mean, that's kind of all we do is deal damage. This is kind of a cool little plateau up here. Never been up here. I would definitely change one of my weapon choices. And I would definitely change my jewelry. Oh, this is going to lead to death. I'm 100% dead here. Oh, nice. Didn't die. Thought that was going to be a bigger fall. But yeah, the jewelry, I think I had a 3-piece petal shard and then foam cast and Carfin rings. I would do, instead of doing petal shard, I would keep petal shard necklace. I would do 2 Carfin rings here. And I would do either, I think there's 2 options for earrings. I think Whispered Thoughts is what I'm going to go for. I think the magic speed and crit chance is insane. Or Void Seer's Vigil. I don't think this one's as good. I think this is more of a caster, like a cleric or bard ring. But I definitely think that Whispered Thoughts is where I would go for earrings. I just think with the way power is scaling as high as it is right now, and the fact that I could stack 8,000 to 9,000 HP on Mage and still get 2 or 3 shot by a rogue, I just don't think it's worth to try to stack HP against those classes. Because I just don't think we're winning that matchup at all. Ever. I think Mage's role is glass cannon. We're never going to have enough sustain to keep ourselves alive. So I just think power stacking is the best way to go. As far as longbows go, I don't think you can go wrong with any of the longbow options. Storm Current's still very good, but pretty costly. Dreadwake Undertow Longbow is very good just because it gives you the slightly more defensive build if you wanted to stack a little bit more HP. I could see arguments for both if you wanted to try to play a little bit tankier. I'm not going to. I'm going to go full glass cannon, as much power as I possibly can. So I'm probably gonna build an epic Nightreaver, which, if we kind of compare, Nightreaver at common is 3100 power or 3200 power plus 548 power. So if you add that onto like the power stat, you're looking at 3750 as far as power goes. Thorn Strike is slightly more than that at about 4k. And Squall Crest, or Squall String Storm Current as a little bit even higher than that at about 4200. So, yeah, I think any of those four longbows are either choice is fine. I don't think there's one that's far enough above the others to really say that it's the #1 option currently. So just for pure cost effectiveness, I think going for the Nightreaver is better. You'll save yourself a couple hundred gold, honestly, crafting an epic Nightreaver versus crafting an epic or legendary I-29 bow. That's a level 30. If that thing jumps on me, I need to run. Oh, he's targeting me now. Yeah, for sure. I will say, I think Dreadwake Undertow Great Mace is the best option, with Mirageborn Sandrock Great Mace being the best second, like the secondary option. This is just much easier to craft at a higher rarity, so I would make this at Epic or Heroic, and then as soon as you're able to gather the mats to make the Dreadwake Mace, make that at Epic. I wouldn't make any of the eye level 29 weapons at anything lower than Epic, though. I think that's a waste of materials. So Epic or better when you start getting the eye level 29 weapons. Anything below that's a waste of materials, waste of emblems and gold. And if any crafter actually crafts you one, they should just demote their profession. Like, I've seen a couple people post heroic eye level 29 bows, and I'm looking at the stats on them, and I'm like, this isn't even better than an epic glory bound. Like, why would you waste 50 thorn strike emblems on something that you could craft equivalent without a single thorn strike emblem? It is just crazy to me. Absolutely insane. Yeah, I mean, people like shiny things, that's for sure, but still, it's just like a... I don't know. Doesn't make much sense. Speaking of not making much sense, why the hell is my gathering just dog shit today, man? Somebody save me. It is kind of funny though that I can say that my gathering is just dog shit, but if I hit like one legendary Bird of Paradise or one legendary Cacao Tree, it just instantly changes everything. It's like, oh, well that just got much better. Exactly. It's like that until it's not. I mean, the lack of materials that I'm finding is kind of annoying. Like, I'm not really seeing anything. I mean, a bunch of these fungal anemones, but, like, there's nothing I can use those for right now. Is there a town right here? Yeah, there's a town right here. Whoa, whoa, chill, 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 chill. Look at all these elephants. Oh, 100%, yeah. Yeah, the casual player base is what keeps MMOs alive, honestly. They're the backbone of the economy. Yep, 100%. Oh. Yeah, it is kind of odd how many, like, PvE players there are in this alpha right now. Just because, quite frankly, there's not much to PvE. But there are quite a few PvE world enjoyers out there. I mean, I don't mind it. I do a lot of it, as you guys have seen. I just kind of, past couple of streams have been vibing, gathering, a little bit of PvP here and there, but I would definitely like to get some more PvP. Storm Current emblem for 12 gold. That seems mighty high. One of the few things I don't like is that the PvP players is going for the PvE path to craft, farm, etc. I want true crafter. The backbone is PvE player. I think there's a slight misconception there. because I've kind of had this conversation with a lot of the people in Discord. Just because we have PvP players, like quote-unquote PvP players, doesn't mean that the PvP players don't also enjoy the other aspects of the game. You'll kind of find that some of the best PvPers in the game are also very efficient crafters, gatherers, like just general good players of the game. Like, most of the best PvP players in the game do not pigeonhole themselves into only doing PvP, myself included. Yeah, exactly. It's like it's so funny that there's a lot of I see it said in the Discord and in like other channels so much that like a lot of the gatherers will be like, man, all the PvP players want is they just want blood. They don't care about the crafters and blah 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 blah. It's like, guess what? Some of the best PvP players are also your best crafters and best gatherers in game. Like we definitely put a lot of effort into getting all of the gear that we have, and the best way to like when the best way to get the best gear is to, you know, go out, gather, farm. That's what the best players are going to do. They're going to go out and gather and farm. And we're going to be good at it. We're going to be more dedicated. So, not to like break any hearts out there, but a world where all the PvP players are out killing each other and doing nothing besides that, and the crafters are left alone in town to do their thing. It's just not a realistic world in this game. The system is fucked. PvP players should do PvE stuff if they enjoy it a lot, but a lot of them is not enjoying it, but the gold is there, and it's a lot of gold. I mean, I think it's a relatively good thing to have, like, to have the need, like, I think it's a good thing to make players kind of venture into things they're not normally familiar with. Like, it's good to be able to do everything, and to have, like, the kind of need to do everything. Like, you can be a lifer crafter. That's, like, it's totally something you can do. But I also think it's not a bad thing to have competition for those roles. One thing I like, I really don't like the thought process of crafters should make the only shit. That mindset kind of bothers me a little bit. I see that argument being made a lot, like, no gear should drop in the game. I think that's a horrible opinion. I clocked 9,000 hours in ESO, maybe 500 hour in PvE activities. It has cool PvE content, but after I beat it once, kind of like, yeah, I've seen it. Why should I play that twice? Yeah, I mean, it's... everybody's gonna have different viewpoints on that type of thing, for sure. Oh yeah, like, there is gonna be stuff that you can only get through some of the instance content. Definitely. But full disclosure, I think the current system that we have for crafting, it's kind of buns. Like, I hate emblems. I hate emblems. I hate emblems. I really don't like the emblem system. It's a good idea, but it's one of the, like, not fun things to farm and fight over. Like, emblems essentially... They're basically taking the spot of gear dropping from mobs. I don't really like that. At all. Stay out of the Jova server worker has been called. I really do think there's a nice happy medium of finding 45 minutes into my epic qual buff and I get an epic. Nice. Congrats, I guess. I mean, yeah, we don't, again, we don't have half of the world. The build diversity has gotten a lot better, I will tell you that, since I started playing. Like, in Phase 2, everybody was just wearing the same shit. All casters were wearing the same gear. All Fizz users were using the same exact gear. Like, there was zero build diversity whatsoever. Now, with, like, the gear that we have, I mean, you have people talking about, oh, do I use Petal Shard? Do I use Carfin Ring? Do I use Ceph Shard Ring? You know, like the weapons, do I use Squall? Do I use Storm Current? Do I use Thorn Strike? Do I use Dreadwake? Like, there's way more build diversity now than there was, I mean, even 3 months ago, 2 months ago. I mean, we have so many I mean, we have a lot of I-level 29 sets out there. I mean, mages have, like, Dusk Hunter, Sand Bastion, Cognizant, Torrent Admin. Like, there's a ton of gear options out there. You're always gonna have... Like, you're always gonna have the best pieces, but the build diversity is out there for the people who want it. Who want to try something different and swap gear around. Eye of Zom, yeah. Oh, guys, I'm not having any luck at all. Board of Cleric, gonna reroll Bard. Yeah, let her rip. Yeah, it's like I said, it's hard without PTR, because when we were playing on the PTR, they give us targeted testing. You know what I mean? Not having the PTR up is hurting. I think it's hurting development a little bit more than they thought it would. It feels like the only thing that we've been able to get are major bug fixes and some performance updates, like server performance and stuff like that. I just don't think we've gotten anything major without the targeted PTR testing. And until we get it back, we aren't going to see anything major. It's gonna just be bug fixes and hopefully they fix all the easy anti-cheat problems would be a big one. And hopefully they spawn in some more cacao trees for me. Because it's really looking like I just need to go make money and buy my stuff. I'm not gonna find anything out here. This is like... Oh, this is, 3 days now of nothing. Like, actually 3 days of zero progress towards anything. Because I can't be fucked to run crates right now. That's not fun at all. I'd rather do this than run crates. I'm pretty much done on crates as far as this phase goes. I liked caravans. I really enjoyed caravans. I don't understand why we cooked that system completely. Honestly, when I first started paying attention to Ashes of Creation, the caravan system is the thing that drew me to it. I was like, oh, like, this is a way to make gold, to like ferry materials or commodities or what have you from one place to another. But it's also dangerous. Like, you could literally be a highway robber. It's what drew me to the game. It was like, that's a unique system that I haven't really seen before in a game that I've ever played. So then the combat obviously was amazing. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm in. I'm all in on this. This looks great. And then we absolutely cooked it for some reason. Just said, no, we're good. Caravans are dumb. Let's do crates instead. I don't really understand why that happened. Yeah, I think that's what the guild, or the guild castles, like the castles are supposed to be, is that exact thing that you're talking about, Secret. Yeah, I mean, I was under the impression when they first brought crates in that if you picked up another person's crate that wasn't yours, you would be flagged. Like, I thought that's how that worked. Guess not. But also, yeah, just the crates, man. It's just... let's see. Is there a mob anywhere? Yeah, I'm looking for mobs. I don't think there's any close enough to kill this guy. I don't know if I'll be able to actually get this one to kill him, though. Dang, J-Mills. Hey, Para. Thank you so much, my friend. Just in time to watch me kill a bot. Was it worth it? No. He must have just started. That's really low yield. Yeah, many bots. Luckily there was a mob that was close enough to just get him killed, so... Two Lego Banyan, one Bird of Paradise. Hell yeah. Yo, let me cop that Bird of Paradise, though. Slide into my DMs. I need that. God, I have some work I need to do. Dang it. Oh yeah, people are starting to craft their Nightreaver stuff, so going up. Dang, I was really hoping that was legendary. On the plus side though, I think I'm due, you know, like I'm due for a come up here shortly. 3 bots within easy render range is getting too much. Oof. Which Nightreaver weapon am I going for? I'm going for the Nightreaver Gloomstring longbow. It's just got that double power roll on it, and when you get it up to epic, it rolls like up to over 1,000 power. It's very good. Man, he's just right back to it. Just doesn't even care. Yeah, I mean, just keep telling me about how good your RNG is. It's really making me psyched for you. I'm really psyched for you. Congrats, man. That's sick. I am not having any luck. Like, this is literally the best thing I've gotten in 3 days. Is Heroic Willow. It's been horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. So. Nah, Heroic's trash. Heroic's vendor trash. I've got a shirt. I've got, I do have bags. They're not the high quality ones, but I mean, quality just doesn't work, man. Like, I've hit more high rarity stuff without quality than I have with quality. Like, it's... I think anybody who says it does actually work is, just getting lucky. Yeah, I honestly don't think it's worth the investment. Just doesn't seem like it's worth the investment to me. Yeah, spoils works for sure. I've definitely noticed spoils working 100%. Like, spoils is great. I get 2s, or I get 4s and 6s and 7s all the time. Yeah, I mean, I have 307 qual plus 150 qual from tools. If I pop a salad, it goes up another 300, so, like, it's not like I'm going out here raw with 0 quality. Like, I'm rocking over 800 when I'm fully buffed, and it just doesn't do anything. It doesn't help. So, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I need over 1k, and then, oh, it's 1250. Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll try to get over 1k, but I don't know. It just does not seem to be worth it at all. I've done both. I've tried both, but right now I'm just mostly target farming. Like, I'm just targeting the tier 3 nodes. As I'm looking for birds of paradise. I'm looking for cacao. I'm looking for limestone, lithium. So I'm mostly just targeting those things right now. Master Carpentry. Master Carpentry's been up for a while. But I have gone out to the desert and just mass farmed sandstone and gotten the same exact, like, I'll use my Void Break, and it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't hit for me. I do have materials for journeyman lumberjacking bags sitting in Miralith, but we can't get the good recipe. Like, this is the one I want, but we can't find the recipe for it for some reason. It doesn't exist. It's nowhere to be found. So I have materials to make 3 heroic of those. I'm just waiting to figure out where the recipe is, and it's kind of a bummer. You notice the difference with your herbs? Interesting. Where is Master Carpentry? Master Carpentry is in Nuela. So there's kind of an issue with that. You kind of have to, like, go to the building, go to the wood shop. I don't remember which one it is. Is it this one? And then look at the building upgrades. Yeah, this one has Grandmaster Carpentry, Master Carpentry. Yeah, so it's not showing on the building UI or on the map. You have to actually go into the building and, like, click on the upgrades to find it. Why 3 wood shops? I know we did this 3rd one, I think, because one of the other ones broke, and we were trying to figure out how to fix it. So that's why we built the 3rd one. But one for Master Milling, or one for Grandmaster Milling, one for Grandmaster Carpentry, because you need a separate one for each profession. Like, you need the Master Milling so that you can buy the material to process the wood you need for carpentry, and so on. So you can't take one lumber mill, upgrade it all the way to Grandmaster Lumberjacking, and be able to do all the things you need to do. And to put them all in the same town just makes sense. Alright, I'm leaving the jungle for now. I'm gonna go hang out in the Riverlands for a little bit. It's actually 3 o'clock, so I might go get lunch. I didn't even think about that as an option. I guess I have leftovers. Luckily, though, with how my schedule is, I should be able to stream all weekend, which will be sweet. I can go back to my Friday and Saturday morning for sure schedule, which will be dope. I actually get to have days off again. Finally. Just got hot honey heart garlic chicken sandwich. Yeah, that sounds really good. Dude, I love a good sandwich. Like, sandwiches are my favorite food. I'm either gonna get a Cubano, a chimichanga, and an empanada, or I might. What day is it today? It's Wednesday. I have to see if my brunch place is open after 3 today. I don't remember. If they're open, I'll go get some French toast and bacon. Yeah. I could always just go to Pablo's and get, like, Cuban food, like some Cuban rice or something, but it's either that or leftovers. I haven't decided. Probably leftovers to save money, but... yeah, I should be able to get back to my normal play and streaming schedule starting this week. Which is much needed. I'm just gonna freaking buy the cacao at this point. What's my best money farm? Daffodils. Plants. Raw trees, raw rocks. Yeah, you can definitely do that. It's expensive. And there's like a chance of it breaking. Is that limestone right there? That looks like limestone, but I can't tell. It's not limestone. Basically, once you get above level 5, there is a chance that the item will, like, not only will it fail to enchant, so you'll lose the gold, but it can also, like, you'll lose a level of your enchanting, so it can, like, downgrade a little bit. Yeah, emblems are still just crazy good. Oh, thanks for the follow, Sinister. I appreciate that. After level 5, yeah, it has a chance to lose levels. After it hits level 8, or actually it might be lose levels, like a chance after level 3, and then after level 5, there's a chance of it losing all of its levels back down to 0, and then after 8, oh, thanks, cat cakes. After level 8, there is a chance of the item breaking completely. Like, you'll fully lose the item. It'll just shatter into pieces. So, most people stop around 8. Hey, sport fishing. Yeah, most people stop around 8. Yeah. From 1 to... It's 1 to 4 or 5, I can't remember. That you just have the chance to fail. And it's a pretty low chance. Like, I think it starts out at... It starts out at 5%, and then it goes up 1% each level. Eventually, there's items you can use during enchanting to stop that from happening. There is a scroll that makes it so your item is indestructible while enchanting. But it is very, very expensive to craft, and I don't think it's really even possible to craft. Where's that? Yeah, I don't know where to get Phantom Echo, but it is guaranteed success. And then there's like Divine Protection, which, you know, all these different scrolls exist. They're not in the game right now, but each one has different like properties to it, like increasing success chance, reducing breaking chance, all that good stuff. Yeah, most people go for plus 7 or 8, but with weapons, it gets extremely expensive. Like, just to go from level 0 to 1 is 1.5 gold. To go from 1 to 2 was like 2.4. 2 to 3 is like 3.5. It goes up like a gold each level for weapons. Armor and rings are a little bit cheaper, but the weapons, like, it could cost upwards of 200 gold to get a weapon fully enchanted up to level 10. If you're, like, willing to go that far. Because, I mean, unless you get insanely lucky and just perfect roll it, it'd be like, what? 1, 4, 7.5, 11, 16, 22, like minimum 40 gold to get to level 7, I think. And that's if you hit on every single one. So it's percentage based, so 1% of all of your stats. So it doesn't seem like a lot, but when you get a level, like when you're getting a 5% increase on every single stat on your item, it's pretty good. So if your item has 1,000 power, every 1% is going to give you 10 power, and then at, you know how math works. I don't have to explain it. An extra 10% boost on every single item in your inventory is kind of insane. So, even an extra 5% boost on every item is very good. Jump back. You better jump back. That's messed up. Fuck that guy. Well, that was a completely useless trip to the jungle. I feel like I have wasted 3 hours of my life. At least my in-game life. That was brutal. And I don't want to do it again. Ouch. Sorry, I just got lost in a Discord thread. My monkey brain needs food. I think all I've eaten today has been some cookies, so I'm very hungry right now. It's like almost dinner time for me anyways. So... Wow, Nuela is, like, dead. Oh, that's a really good price. Almost dinner, what time it is? It's 3:13. I'm weird when it comes to food. I eat really early. And I normally only eat one large meal a day. I usually snack once in the morning. I'll eat a big meal, like 2,500 calories, 3,000 calories in one sitting. And then I'll do like a snack at night as well. But I like to eat early because, I don't know. It just makes more sense to eat while I'm like still doing stuff and being active, and then I can kind of burn off that energy and then go to bed. This is actually a good price for rare coconut wood. And this is actually a good price for heroic coconut wood as well. I'm sure I can sell... I'm sure I can sell heroic willow, right? Probably like a gold a pop would be my guess. 90 silver, 75 silver, 68 silver. 50 silver a piece. Alright. This is all vendor, yuck. Keep this other nonsense. Nonsense. Jundar trees. Do I have anything else in here? Nope. Alright. Gross. Drew. Dusty. I'm just looking to see who else is streaming. Send a little raid out and get some food. It is being very slow. Why is my internet being so slow right now? My goodness. There we go. Yeah, nobody. Okay, let's look for Ashes streamers. Anybody in the Ashes community? looks interesting. Anybody on our server? A lot of Russian people streaming right now. Well, I hate to do it, but it's the Dusty shift. Everybody who's in here, you guys are great. Appreciate you. Appreciate the follows. Appreciate the apps. All the love. You guys are great. But we're just gonna send a raid over to Senor, and yeah, go get some lunch. So. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. Peace.